Now that we have recoded income into income 1 for purposes of cross-tabulating with nominal or ordinal variables, let's cross-tabulate income 1 with sex. We have shown in another video how to do cross-tabs, so I'm just going to quickly do it here to bring up the output. I'm going to put sex in the columns and income 1 in the rows. I'm going to do chi-square, again, holding off on explaining it for a future lecture. I will show the row and the column percentages, and off we go. All right, now here is the cross-tabulated data where we have sex, male and female, down the columns and income classes 1 through 10 across the rows. Now here's a problem. We know that that the column variable is sex, which is male, which is female. We may know that, but we have to figure out a way to tell the reader which is which. Similarly, what does this 1 mean? This 2, this 3, all the way down to 10. We may know what it means, but we have to tell our readers that. Fortunately, SPSS gives us a relatively simple procedure to indicate that this is the column for males, this is the column for females, this is the row for incomes up to 10,000, and so forth. To do that, we'll return to the variable view window in a moment. In the variable view screen, there is a column headed values. This is the column we can use to indicate what the numbers that are currently heading columns or rows represent. When we click in the field for sex in the values column, notice that this gray square lights up at the end of the field with these 3 dots in it. If we click on that gray square, we get the value labels screen. Here for sex, we know that the value of 1 represents males. We add that. The value 2 represents females. We add that. Okay. Now we have indicated that the numbers 1 and 2 represent male and female respectively. Now for income, it's going to be a little more involved, but again, we click in the values column, we click in the gray square at the end of the field, and we now type in the numbers that represent the different classes we created. You may recall in the preceding video I indicated we should remember the ranges, the limits of those classes, because we're going to need them later. We know that the first class begins at $1, or the lowest income figure, and it extends to 10,000. We know the second column starts at 10,001, goes to 20,000. Notice I'm putting a dollar sign in front of the first figure in each class so that it's clear we're representing dollar amounts. Almost done. The the lowest limit of the first class can be expressed somewhat arbitrarily. We could have written $39.27 here. However, by doing it in this format, we've made each class a uniform width of $10,000. Similarly, we could have ended the upper limit of the last class at 99,720, but by following this format, we have again made each class $10,000 wide. We now can click OK. Now let's cross-tabulate these variables again. It's already set up, and I believe that when we do, we will now get the appropriate column and row headings. So now we and our readers know that 70 males make between $1,000 and $10,000. 75 females make between $1,000 and $10,000. And in subsequent videos, we will look at how these percentages are to be understood and interpreted. For now, just take a look at this table and see how much clearer it is than this table as to what these cells present. It's the same numbers, it's just the columns and the rows now have headings which are stated in terms that we and readers can readily understand.